Mike D. Correct! Yo, it's a Thursday vibe, time to plug in the crew. Holly and the bros, yeah, we're coming through. Sweet but spunky, that's Holly on the rise. Sharp wit, quick flips, fire spark in her eyes. Josh got the wisdom like a preacher on the mic. Dropping knowledge bombs, keeping everything tight. Caleb's the giant, gentle hand, steady flow. Big heart, calm voice, always ready to go. You are the wild card, so enter the stream. We are spinning stories that makes your brain dream. Harry and the Bulls, we're taking over the show. On YouTube and X, every Thursday we flow. Talking sports, politics, wrestling, crypto, 2, 3. Best friends, bring your real talk to you. Harry and the Bulls, yeah, we're rising high. Tune in, turn up, let the good times fly. From the sweet to the spunky, from the wise to the bold. This podcast fire, every story told. Holly's got that spark like a firecracker pop. Sweet smile with a bite, never gonna stop. Josh breaks it down like a scholar in the zone. Every word he drops feels like a cornerstone. Kale's giant presence, calm as ocean tide. Gentle giant's wisdom, always on your side. We always dive deep where shadows play. Pulling out the secrets that you never saw today. It's more than just talk, it's a family vibe. Three voices united on this Thursday ride. From crypto highs to wrestling rings, politics and sports and all the wild things. They laugh, they keep it so real. Holly and the bros, that's the deal. Holly and the bros, we're taking over the show. On YouTube and X, every Thursday we flow. Talking sports, politics, wrestling, crypto, 2, 3. Best friends, bring your real talkie. Holly and the bros, yeah, we're rising high. Tune in, turn up, let the good times fly. From the sweet to the spunky, from the wise to the bold. This podcast fire, every story told. So get ready to listen, to laugh and to learn. Every Thursday's a chance for the tables to turn. How this fire ignites, Josh's wisdom guides. Kane's calm steadies, our light never hide. From crypto coins flipping to the wrestling ring spawn. From politics balance to the sports fan score. They cover it all with style and flair. Holly and the pros, nothing else compares. So hit that subscribe, don't miss a beat. Holly and the pros, bring the heat. On YouTube and X every Thursday night. Tune in, join in for the freshest insight. Three friends, one crew, one podcast flow. This is Holly and the pros on the mic. Let's go!
Five, four, three, two, one.
We're back.
We're
3 weeks in a
back.
row, but
Here, I'm here. I'm trying to figure out how to, my camera.
Holly- yeah,
Holly's in the dark.
she's a little like a
Oh,
little
no.
icon is what she is.
Yeah, I'm here.
I hear you. I just don't see you.
Let's see. Why is it? Oh,
There she is.
She's
Hi,
Holly got a
I
haircut.
got a haircut. Nice.
Ah, so it was a reveal the whole time. It was a surprise.
Surprise.
Wow. You like it?
I love it. I
Okay.
love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It looks good on you.
Thanks.
You didn't say a word to us. We had no idea. We're just as shocked as other people that are seeing it for
No.
the first time.
That was the plan.
Oh, so this whole I gotta get ready stuff was just to like
Yeah, I'm already
get your hair.
I was already ready.
And Mike D didn't tell us. Man, I thought we had friends. I guess not. Hey, we got to start off with something right off the bat though, because this is the most. I don't know if it's the most breaking news. It happened yesterday, is when everybody started talking about it. Did you guys see that Bill Belichick did not get voted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame?
I saw that yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, are you guys? Do you think that's okay? Where do you stand on that? Because some people are starting to say, well, he cheated and Spygate and all this other stuff.
Oh, I forgot about that actually.
Well, I think most people did, because I think the NFL were the ones at the time that doled out what other punishments, whether you agreed with the punishments or not.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, he's retired now. And I actually went through the bylaws of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and you actually are not supposed to take ethics into account. It
Oh.
says so on the deal. So yeah,
Mhm.
he has 33 wins, which is the second most to Don Shula, who had, 333 wins.
Yeah.
Don Shula had 347, but he has the most playoff wins. All the Super Bowls, all the things that they did, almost went undefeated, except for Eli Manning has Peyton or Brady's number
Brady,
apparently.
yeah.
But and he didn't get voted in. That
Hmm.
just seems super odd to me.
What was their reasoning for it?
Well, so they don't have to tell people how they voted, I guess, at least not right away. Some people have come out and said they voted for him. Some people have come out and said that they didn't vote for him. Caleb heard a guy say that he voted because they can only vote for so many players. He didn't vote for Belichick because he assumed he would get in, and he was trying to get somebody like Torrey Holt in the Hall of Fame, who he didn't know would have enough votes. So I kind of think the whole system might be just a little bit broken.
Yeah.
And
You
like,
think?
because on their website, they said that they want to have 4 to 8 people into the Hall of Fame every year. Well, if you do that and you only let them vote for so many players, somebody's going to get left out. My thought is, who cares how many people get voted in?
Mhm.
Like, if they deserve it, then vote them in. Vote
Yeah.
for as many people as you think deserve it. And if they don't make it, they don't make it. They
Right.
have a thing right now where you can go back, I don't know how many years, and see and like a second chance type deal or a veterans type deal. 25 years after you played, they'll go back and look at it. But your stats aren't getting any better.
Yeah.
Like, nothing changes. I would think your best shot would be the first shot if they can vote for more than just, I think it's 5
Yeah.
people they can vote for. So I don't know. I think it needs to be overhauled. I think the whole system is broken. I think a lot of
I
things
agree.
in professional sports right now are a little bit broken. We won't even get into the referee debate, but yeah, I feel like when a sport, I don't care what level, has a Hall of Fame,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't even like Bill Belichick. Okay, I'm not a fan of his. I've never been a fan of his. I respect the body of work, but I'm not a fan of Bill Belichick's. But when you have a Hall of Fame and it has somebody like Bill Belichick that comes up that can be in your Hall of Fame, and
Yeah.
he doesn't get voted in,
Mhm.
why do you have a Hall of Fame? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. I mean, he is the reason you have Hall of Fames are for guys like that. So I don't know.
True.
It's messed up. I think sometimes these sports writers, they realize they have very little power, except for when it comes to things like this. Not just football, but baseball writers are some of the, I don't know, crudest, rudest, weirdest people that you'll ever meet. And they have agendas. And you can see some of that from, well, the steroid era, to be honest with you, because you have like Barry Bonds. I mean, you have a whole list. Roger Clemens is not in the Hall of Fame. One of the greatest pitchers of all time. You have a whole slew of people that supposedly cheated. I don't know the facts in that era. But they're the best of the best for that era. Put an asterisk by their name. I don't know.
Yeah.
I do have another NFL question for you guys, though. See what you guys think about this. It got brought up on our timeline this week, and I've heard this idea before. And more I thought about it, and I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, but the more it made sense to me. What do you guys think about if the NFL would move the Super Bowl to Saturday instead of Sunday?
So that it's kind of crazy because I was just thinking about this and just, especially, when the Rams were playing, I'm like, man, if it was on Saturday, we would have a big old party and all the
Mhm.
things. But I feel like it's Super Bowl Sunday. And so it sounds stupid saying Super Bowl Saturday. And it's just
Okay.
always been Sunday. So
So
it would be weird.
should Monday be a national holiday after the Super Bowl?
Yes, absolutely.
I think it'd be way easier to move it to Saturday than to declare a national holiday on a
Yes.
Monday.
This
But
is true.
I mean, we're all in line with the thinking of the thought, though, is that a lot of people get together that, not
Yeah.
dudes don't normally just sit in their living room and watch it by themselves, right? I mean, sometimes, and I don't mind doing that. I'm okay with that. But at the same time, it's a big deal for a lot of people. One of the highest rated television programs of the year, all these different things. To me, it would make sense to move it to a Saturday because then you don't have to get up and go to work the next day. It doesn't, I mean, they start it so late that I'm sure on the West Coast, what time does the Super Bowl get over? Like 11 or 12 sometimes?
What time does it starts at 4 for us, I think.
4
So-
or 5, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it would be 4 because it is 5 here, and that time of the year we're only an hour difference instead of 2
Yeah,
hours.
yeah.
So, all right,
Not
not
too
quite as late as what I was thinking, but
Yeah. It's probably like 8, 9.
okay, so still not quite as bad. But if you are a fan of partaking into, adult beverages or things like that, you may not necessarily want to have to get up and go to work in the morning. So, I don't know. I don't think the Super Bowl, I think, has had a bye week between the AFC and NFC championship games and the Super Bowl for 15, 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you're going to have that big of a spread anyways, it's not like you're doing it 6 days later.
Right.
It would be 13 days instead of 14 days. So I don't know. I think it's a good idea personally. I would, if I had a vote, I'd vote for it. So let's just do that thing on Saturday, have fun, move on. So
What do they normally do on Saturday? I mean, because the Super Bowl is a week-long thing, so
I actually don't know what they normally do on Saturday. I think when
I
the
don't either.
Chiefs were there, they had like some dinner and they were all in suit and ties and some NFL thing for the two teams that were there. But I
It's not
don't,
a parade.
I
Or
don't know if they have a parade or not. Do they have a Super Bowl parade? If they do, I don't think I've ever watched it.
I don't
maybe-
know.
maybe I'm thinking about after the Super Bowl.
No, they always have. They had them
Afterwards.
in Kansas City every time. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's I don't know. They have so much stuff planned, but a lot of it doesn't really have anything to do with the fans. I mean, they have the flag football game and the Pro Bowl now is in between and all that sort of stuff. But I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a huge fan of the Pro Bowl. I could care less about the Pro Bowl. You guys watch it
Mhm.
at all? Because I could care less about it. All I'm afraid of is one of the players from the Chiefs getting hurt.
Yeah, it's
And
flag now, right? It's flag football.
So I think the flag football is separate.
Matt
What's that?
just said, did you cut your hair or did you remove your extensions? Never had extensions in my life. Never had extension in my life. I just have good hair.
You would think being married and having a really late teenage daughter that he would know how to talk to women by now, but apparently not.
No, that's okay because like extensions is the thing. And
Yeah.
to be quite honest, I was like, chop it off, right? I told him chop it.
Mm.
And my thought was if I hate it, I'll just get extensions until it grows out.
See, that's
How
the
much did they
difference.
cut off? How much-
It was about 11 inches. It was
Really? Wow.
almost split. Mhm.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm
We won't
kinda
even.
sad because I couldn't donate it.
Why?
Oh, must be
Color.
longer. Oh,
No.
color.
No, I had the length. But
Okay, just the
do
color.
not, like, the color ruins the hair. It like deadens the hair. So
Gotcha.
they want natural.
Oh, like the color you put in your hair.
hmm
Oh, see, I don't have that problem either.
Yeah.
And also, if I get a bad haircut, I was just talking to Jeff, counterfeit operator, about this morning. As a matter of fact, like if you go find a new person to cut my hair and they do a horrible job, so be it. It's gonna grow back. I'm not really concerned about it.
Mhm.
It is what it is. But
How I was feeling. It was just so weird because I went in and every time I get my hair done, I get it done by the same guy for the last like 10 years.
Mhm.
But every time I go in, I'm like, I don't know. I think I want to chop off my hair. And he's like, no. If anything, we're going to start small and move our way up. And so yesterday I went in and I said, Miguel, I want to cut my hair. And I showed him a picture and he goes, let's do it. I'm feeling creative today.
wow.
So as soon as he said okay, I was like, let's do it. And he literally took it and just cut it right off. Like,
You couldn't
Well,
change your mind.
it was, there was no. And I looked down and saw all my hair and I was like, oh crap, am I going to hate this?
Too late.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's nothing you could do about that at that time. So Yeah, it looks good. I had no idea, and
Nobody did.
I
You
kept
know, I
wondering what was
know
happening. You
and
said
Mike.
you were putting your makeup on,
Yeah.
and I was like, no, well, that's just weird. Unless she doesn't feel good or she just hasn't done anything all day. But I figured you were working, and
No, I
all
didn't
right.
tell anybody until, I mean, of course, I came home and Mike's like, "Oh, you cut your hair. You cut it off." Yep.
What the hell?
Mhm.
You should
And
give me a heads up. I could have thrown like confetti or something
yeah.
of the big reveal, but oh well, it is what it is. All right, hey, real quick, we haven't talked about this in a really, really long time, but there is a big WWE event this weekend on Saturday. The Royal Rumble is Saturday. Are you going? First of all, are you going to watch it, Holly?
If you guys remind me, I'll watch it.
So it's at 1:00 your time on Saturday.
No, UVA plays at that time.
Oh, so you're not even going to watch it?
No, and it's at ASU.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
saw that rematch. Okay, well, it's going to be this Saturday. It kind of is the start of the road to their big show, WrestleMania, in April. So I don't know. I always kind of enjoy this time of year where they have that Elimination Chamber, then get into WrestleMania. But it'll be interesting to see. It's in Saudi Arabia. That's why it starts at such a weird time. And it's the first time one of the major four, they're not really pay-per-views anymore, but major PLEs has been like in a country that far away. I think they've had it in Canada before and things like that. But
Yeah.
so it'll be interesting to see what happens because Sami Zayn is well liked by the people of Saudi Arabia. So apparently they think that something crazy is going to happen with him, like he might actually win. We'll see. I don't know. It's all about the dollars. I think they paid them, I forget how many billions of dollars to do so many shows in like a 10-year span there. Like billions with a B.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So it's kind of insane.
Well, I feel like, isn't it kind of dangerous?
Yeah, the girls have to wear like full bodysuits. They can't wear like, they can't wear the normal attire.
Okay, maybe I just want to watch it just for that.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
they're respecting their rules. It's a rule.
I don't think they have a choice.
No.
Because I think that you could get detained and thrown in jail if you do not follow the rules.
You can also opt out and say, no, we're not doing it.
Sure.
Right?
True. Well, I think the first couple of years they went over there, you could opt out. Not the WWE wasn't going to opt out, but they let their wrestlers opt out. And after that, several of them changed their minds for some reason. I'm going to guess it had to do with employment or money. And so they all are going over there as far as I know of now. So it'll be interesting because it's a highlight of the year, but it's also different because it's in Saudi Arabia where it's never been before. So, and they're saying next year WrestleMania might actually be in Saudi Arabia, which would be really crazy because I don't know how many like Americans, who I would guess is a large chunk of the fan base, is going to Saudi Arabia to watch WrestleMania. So it'll also be weird because it'll be on at like 1:00 in the afternoon. It won't feel like a prime time type thing. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But all that's starting to come up.
Yeah. So kind of on that same level, did you know that college football, there are some college football games that are going to be played in London? I'm sure everywhere else, but ASU plays in London next year.
So this year they opened college football in London with
Ireland.
Remember that?
Or was it Ireland?
Ireland.
Europe somewhere. It was.
Why don't I remember that?
I can't remember who it was now. It was K-State and somebody because K-State lost.
Yeah.
K-State and I don't remember.
Ireland. I don't remember. It was overseas, but
Why though? Because
money.
Yeah.
Well, I get like that. I mean, I understand that's probably what it is, but college football, I mean, unless they have some of their colleges join, it just seems really weird, right? Like it's a U.S. thing.
Well, so is the NFL.
But that is true. That's true. But you know what? I could have sworn at one point I did hear that they were, one of the countries was putting together a team to join.
Maybe.
That's a rumor.
Oh.
Because there was a rumor that Jacksonville may end up getting phased out of the league and they may put that team in London and then everybody would, I mean, they would have to come to the United States, but 8 teams would have to go over there every year. But the new collective bargaining agreement that's going to be in basically after next season, one of the things that the owners' demands are an 18 game schedule with 2 preseason games, 2 bye weeks, and everyone has to play a game overseas because they want to go to like Berlin, they want to go to London, they want to go to Ireland, they want to go to Brazil. Like the Chiefs opened their season in Brazil last year. They want to go all over the place, and they're trying to make it more of a global game, probably because they realize they've about hit the limit of what they can get out of the United States fans. Because most people are already spending as much money on the NFL as they plan on spending on the NFL. True. And so make it global. But if they do end up doing that, my guess would be either they would take a team or 2 away and make one be in, I don't know, Germany and one in London. Because if they add a team, it's going to really mess up kind of what they have going on with it, or add 2 teams. It would really mess up the divisions because you have 4 of 4. And if we start stacking them weird, you're going to have some with 5, some with 4. So I honestly am not a fan of it because we live in the central time zone. Right. So most of our NFL games start at noon, which works out pretty well with us going to church and then coming home and watching football. We usually miss a little bit of the first quarter. But those games that start at like 7 a.m. on the central time zone because they're in Ireland, I don't watch. And I'm not the dude that records it and watches it later. For some reason, recorded football is not the same.
No, it's not.
I have to watch it live. And so if you're going to throw a game every week on Sunday mornings at 7 a.m., for me, I'm just not going to watch that game. I don't care if it's my Chiefs or not. It's just not going to happen. So selfishly, my viewership would get kind of cut a little bit every week because of that.
So they should probably change it to the GFL, the Global Football League, or WFL,
the World
League.
It is
national anymore.
Well, but you're always like
for now.
But you're always like the world champion. I mean, even in baseball, you're the World Series champion. Well, the only other team outside of the United States is the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
So it's like the world is 2 countries. It's just interesting to me how they name those sort of. I mean, it's always trying to be more and more important, I think, all the time, and that's how they come up with that stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It's very, very interesting. And as long as money keeps controlling what's going to happen in all of these leagues, whether it be WWE, NFL, MLB, the Dodgers are doing crazy things with their contracts and extending them way beyond when a guy's going to be playing in the league to just be able to afford it, but basically outbid everybody else.
Yeah.
At some point when people don't feel like their team actually has a fair chance, I just think people are going to quit watching. But I don't think we're close to that yet. So I don't know. Hey, something we haven't talked about in a long time is, are you guys watching what was happening with all the cryptocurrencies today?
No, I haven't had time.
Okay, well, yeah. So Bitcoin started the day at about 88,000, almost 80, I guess 88,500. Got all the way down to 83,000 and has now rebounded to 84,000.
That's a big jump down.
At one point, it was almost 7% down.
The needle on Bitcoin is kind of a lot.
Yeah.
So I saw, and I should have tagged that. I bet I can find it really fast. It was $100 billion was liquidated from the crypto markets, I believe. It's got to be right there. It was just showed. Oh, they've updated it to 3 hours ago. $200 billion was wiped out of the crypto market in the past 24 hours.
Put it back, Holly.
Yeah.
Put it back. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. Because what do you guys think it is?
So I feel like if I remember correctly, the last time that this happened is right before it kind of skyrocketed up to the 120s, the one teens, 120s. Because I was all about putting in some more capital in, and all of a sudden it took off, and I kept waiting for it to fall back, and it never did. And then it got up there, held there for a while, and then slowly kind of been going down. Tesla says they haven't sold any of their Bitcoin. They opened their books for the quarter, and it shows they didn't sell any of their $1 billion worth of Bitcoin that they have. MicroStrategies keeps buying Bitcoin. They actually last week bought more Bitcoin than was actually mined in that same time period. So I don't know if it's market manipulation. I don't know if there's countries that have Bitcoin that they're not necessarily telling people that they have, and they're selling it for whatever reason to do, whatever it may be.
There's some countries that are a little angry with us.
Yeah, and also
really,
right?
If the crypto regulations come out, like they're talking about having those meetings, I think the Robinhood CEO met with President Trump today, actually, about before the actual meetings start to kind of brief him on what he's thinking. Then this could be a deal where people are like, oh, no, once they regulate it, I'm out, and it starts to fall. But that's a lot of money to be wiped out of the market cap.
$200 billion is.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think our brains actually comprehend how many zeros that is. That is so much money. But
yeah.
So I don't know. I've read a lot of people say market manipulation, just they don't have faith in the market. They feel like the regulations are going to be bad. I don't know, but I still am in the camp of it's not going to fail, because you have companies like BlackRock that have so much Bitcoin, and companies like BlackRock, we've said it before, they do not go under. The companies like that cannot go under. And as much as they've got people invested in these things, I cannot see that it would just be crippled. And I was a little bit surprised it fell below 87, 86,000, because that seemed to kind of be the resistance level for a little while now. Yeah. So when it kind of broke through it, I was like, oh, it's going to bounce right back. But it kind of did at about 84 and a half, bounced back up to like 85 and a half, almost within 10 minutes. So I was like, all right, there's the bounce. But then it went on back down when it hit 83. Now, the funny side of this is, so I've kind of changed where I've put some of my money. And one of the funds that I have because high yield savings accounts aren't paying anything in interest. Like, it's less than half what I was making this time last year. So I moved some of my money, and a percentage of what that fund is backed by is Bitcoin. Yeah. So I can watch Bitcoin go up and down as the price of the fund goes up and down. So today was not an awesome day on returns, but it's a high yield fund that pays 25 to 35% annually. And so it's dividends per share. So I'm not really worried about the price, but I would like Bitcoin to get above 80. If Bitcoin's above 87,000, then my fund will be equal, or it'll be even. And then I still get like dividends and stuff on it. So we'll have to see what ends up happening with all that too. But does it seem forced to you, Holly? Does it seem different this time?
You know what? It's felt different for a while now. I don't even want to say a few months, because I feel like it's even longer than that. So much so that I have been like, is crypto just dying? And it's going to just die slowly. But then there is that other flip side of digital, right? Like, everything is going digital, but are they going to use crypto? I don't know. But I really think money-wise is all going to be digital real soon. Sooner
right.
than. But I just don't know if it's going to involve crypto.
I mean, if you think about it, most of the majority of the transactions that we do right now in the United States is done digitally anyways.
Well,
every time I use a debit card, it's a digital transaction. It's just based on the US dollar.
That is true, but the technology that they're using isn't exactly the greatest.
Oh,
And
no.
so that was one of my things is blockchain technology is eons faster than what we're currently using in especially like our banking system. You
Right.
deposit a check, it takes like at least 3 days for it to actually go in, and transfers, it's just a whole ordeal. Whereas the blockchain is instant.
Yeah.
So that's where I was thinking more technology wise is where the adoption would come in. But I also feel like there's so much corruption and scams and all of that even regulating crypto is going to be very, very hard to avoid all the scams that are out there and the different ways people are using their money laundering. I mean, it's easy to do it. So I don't know. I feel like right now it's just a playground of BS everywhere.
Yeah.
And I hate that I feel that way because I was like number one supporter of crypto and now I'm kind of like taking a step back and really watching what's going on for the last 6 months, maybe even a year. I feel like it's been forever. And I don't like what's going on.
It's pushing a year.
So it hasn't gone up. I've seen all of my cryptos go down. I wish I would have moved them before it did, and I didn't. And so now I'm just sitting there looking at my wallet, and it's sad. But it made me have that, I guess, FUD, right? Fear, uncertainty, doubt.
So on October 6th, 2025, which was not that long ago, right? I mean, 4 months ago, Bitcoin was at basically 125,000 a token. Since that time, it's went down to $84,000 a token. So you could see why people, even in like the House and the Senate, when they complain about crypto being a scam, if they have much money in it in a way that goes up and down, you could see why people would say that.
Yeah.
Because on the same boat, April 8th of 2025, you want to guess what Bitcoin was at?
I don't know.
76,000.
Oh, really?
So from April 8th to October 6th, it went from 76,000 to basically 125,000. Okay. And I'm taking the change off of it to where now it's back at 84. So my thought process is, at least with Bitcoin, I would not say this about every cryptocurrency. Yeah. I don't think $125,000 is going to be the all-time high of Bitcoin. It's going to get higher than that because there is also a limited supply. There's another halving that's going to be happen. And then they're going to run out. So
halving in 2028.
Yeah, it's still a while, but it's like
No, I could have sworn that they said that 24 was the last time they were going to do that.
No, there's one more.
You're sure?
All right, we can Google it.
Let's Google.
Because after that, I believe is the last halving until like 99.9% of all of it is been mined. The next halving is projected for April 2028 at a block height of 1,050,000 or 1,050,000. So yeah, April 28. So after that, though, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. But here's my worry about it. And my brain works super weird and it's silly sometimes like that. But I have seen a lot of these smaller, I would say smaller operations, but still way bigger than what anything we would ever be able to pull off. Like there are businesses that mine Bitcoin that are starting to get out of the mining of Bitcoin and or phase out over the next 2 or 3 years once after it halves, because it's not, it costs, it's a lot of energy and a lot of costs to mine it. And there's not going to be any more to be able to be mined once we get to that block, except for in transactions, because those miners are the ones that, verify the transactions and they get that's where that fee ends up going and this and that, which most people know. Those who don't, that's kind of how it works. But if less and less people get out of mining because they can't make as much money, what's that going to do to the Bitcoin network?
True.
It's going to slow it way down.
Yeah.
And if it gets slowed down to what the fiat network is now, then what's the point?
That's
Because like when I transferred money to Fidelity, it took 10 days before I could invest it. Like they showed it 3 days later. I was able to spend a percentage of it. It wasn't a very high percentage to buy right away, but I had to wait like 7 more days before it was actually already done.
yeah.
And Bearded's right. It is technically already slow, but for
Yeah.
them, they're talking about using it as like people would use Bitcoin more as like huge transactions, or it would be more like a savings account. So I don't know how fast it would, because people are going to go buy candy bars with Bitcoin. It would just be silly to do that.
Right.
So with those regulations, I also wonder though, is that when we see some of these lesser meme coins be phased out of everything? And if we do,
Yeah.
what's that going to do that to the price of the other coins?
That is
You know
true.
what I mean? Because if you can no longer put your coin in XYZ or your money into XYZ coin, and you still want to invest, and your choices are basically say 50 different tokens, well, you just shrunk the whole market of what you can invest in by a ton. Because I have no idea how many tokens are out there, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
And
my
most
God.
of them are crap. You know,
yeah.
I mean, percentage wise, most of them aren't worth anything.
99% of them.
Mhm.
I mean, if you do the math of how many there are out there and then how many are actually not crap, it's definitely in the 99 percentile.
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt in my mind. So I can see that pushing the regulations, pushing people into cryptos that what we consider blue chips that could help bring that all back. I just don't know how fast that's all going to happen. I really don't. I don't know what the next. I think so. But even BZ came out and said that he thought that BZ, I always say BZ, CZ came out and said that it was going to be a super cycle for Bitcoin this the second quarter of the year. Guys like that don't normally come out and say things. They're not trying to push the market. And
Right.
he's super smart. So I just wish we had all the information all of those people had too. Because sometimes I feel like we have like the tip of the iceberg information and not really enough to do with what we need to do with.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things, but excuse me. Quick question, something a little bit different, something a little bit fun. You have one choice. Here are your options. I'm offering you pills.
The red
These
pill
are
or blue
what
pill?
there's more than just two.
Okay.
These are your choices. Sorry, Caleb, that you got blocked out.
I like
But
that.
you only get to pick one. Which one of those would you pick? Would you pick remember everything, project emotions to others, invisibility, read minds and communicate with animals, control electronic systems and transfer your mind to them, change what others perceive of you, see things far away in an aerial view, draw others' attentions to yourself, temporarily freeze someone's movement? That would be funny. Or remake your body to your ideal one.
It's
Communicate
a tough
animals.
for me between invisibility, because you can do it would be
Lots of stuff.
yeah. Or read minds and communicate with animals.
I see. I figured that would be a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I figured the green pill was yours.
I mean, control electronic systems and transfer your mind to them. Maybe, but no. I don't
Rudy's
care
going with invisibility.
what other people think of me. I don't really need to see a far aerial view. I'm good.
Yeah.
Draw other. I know the attention. Believe it or freaking not, I hate attention on me.
Yeah.
Temporarily freeze somebody's movements for what? I mean, I get for what, but no, I wouldn't waste my pill on that. And then my body, no. As long as I'm good with it, I'm good with it. So yeah, I think ultimately it would be the animals.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the green pill.
You're taking the green pill too, Caleb?
Yeah.
See, I'm gonna be the outsider. I'm picking the red pill. I want to remember everything.
I already remember everything.
You already do?
I have a good memory, and I remember a lot. But there's some things I wouldn't want to remember either.
Yeah, there's stuff I don't want to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like I already remember those things.
I don't. I think
Oh, you block them out of your mind?
absolutely, I don't want to think about
Wow.
them. Mm-mm. No, the bad things, like bad things that happened or the bad feeling you had when something bad happened. No, thank you.
Well, I was thinking more along the lines like if I read something, I would remember it word for word, like have a photographic memory.
Hmm.
Or
Well,
if I
okay,
learn,
that way, yeah, but you have to, everything has its downfall, right? Just like animals. I don't care what a snake has to think, but I'm gonna know it. So
yeah, what happens if you find out that your dogs hate you?
see, well, they don't because of the way they
Arms
treat
behind your back.
Oh, but you
they
may,
push up behind my back. That especially my Zoe. Zoe's
that-
mean to me. She would
they,
be like, "You bee, I hate you."
that's what I was going to say, because they act nice because you feed them and you give them shelter. But if you could hear their thoughts,
Yeah.
It was
it might hurt your feelings.
leave me alone. Please just let me sleep.
Yeah.
That's what it would
Quit
be.
poking me. Quit trying to get me to do
Yeah.
tricks for your friends. Like,
Go away.
yeah.
Stupid mask off of me.
Caleb, did you pick the red pill what color was your guys' pill?
Green.
Green. Did you pick the green pill so you could talk to River? So you could figure
Yeah.
out what he's thinking?
Yeah. He's my
River,
bud.
he is probably just rainbows and sunshine. That's what he's.
Most of the time. Yeah.
Where can I go find a squirrel?
Squirrels, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We treed one the other day. I was
Yeah.
throwing snowballs at the squirrel.
Yeah, or
River.
I wish that lady wouldn't have ran me over.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
No one do.
Yeah. Just get killed by cars and drink poison. At least we can figure out what got him so sick and that made him deaf. But yeah, I don't know. He's a pretty good dog. He's a little bit crazy sometimes. I went and saw him. I hadn't seen him in a while because we got a big snowstorm and
Yeah,
we survived and everything. But he didn't come over because he comes over my fence in the yard and plays, I don't know, what, 2 or 3 times a week, something like that. And he didn't do it this week because we only ended up getting like 3 inches of snow. Now people only like 10 miles south of us got 8 inches, so we just barely missed the big front of it. But I went over there yesterday and I kind of hid around the corner of the house as Caleb let him out, and he runs out and he kind of looks around like something's different. Then he sees me and he starts going nuts. And so I pet him for a while. Then he jumps in the snow and basically he's like making snow angels. I don't know, but it was insane.
So that's cute.
It's supposed to warm up a little bit this week, so maybe he can come over and play again once all the snow melts off a little bit. But
dang, Rudy's family got 20 inches.
Holy crap!
That's a lot of snow.
In Connecticut, right, Rudy?
I wouldn't want that much snow. That's the kind of snow you got to get off your house or it's going to start breaking your roof. And I don't need that in my life.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow. Rudy's been sick too. I'm glad she's feeling better.
Oh, really? That's been going around.
Oh my gosh. It's something awful has been going around. Like, and it's so weird because it's almost like COVID symptoms and flu symptoms all together. And then you get hit hard. It's brutal. My whole family went through it. I went through it. It was awful. Not fun.
What I've heard people say is they will have a symptom, get over it. Next day, have the other symptom, have to get over it. And it's just like, and I didn't really have that when I got sick, but I was down for a good 5 to 6 days.
It's awful.
And just no energy. Like I felt like I got hit by a truck. I didn't have any stomach issues but I had fevers and that were pretty severe to the point where I like sweat through my clothes. It was so bad. And finally got over it. But it seems to be hanging on to people for 6 to 7 days, some longer. And I don't know. And it's not just in certain areas. It seems to be everywhere.
And let me tell you, it's not just US based, it is worldwide because I've had coworkers that have been out for this. And it's like one of the guys, he's in Germany. His family got it one by one. Like it was one just started getting over it. Then bam, the other kid got it. And then his wife got it. And then he got it. It was just poor family. It was awful. Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of how we have a friend that was like that too. His daughter got it. Then he got it. Then his wife got it. And so It wasn't just a 5-day thing where it went through the house. They would
Yeah.
basically get healthy, and then the next one will get it. So it was like 2 to 3 weeks of being sick. And so that, I mean, oh wow, yeah. Rudy put a picture of the snow in the comments.
Holy crap.
That's a lot of snow.
No, thank you. I couldn't do that. I would, first off, it looks like it's taller than I am. I would just sink right down and
By the time they
Disappear.
shovel it, it probably is.
yeah, that's insane.
It's funny how there's snow inside that lamppost too. Like it just goes everywhere.
That's crazy.
That's,
I mean,
my back couldn't handle shoveling that much snow. That's insane.
like it looks pretty like there, but then after a couple of days and it doesn't melt off, it gets all dirty and gross. And I don't like the snow.
Says the lady that's outside right now is probably 70 degrees.
Yeah, it's, let me look. Hold on. 65.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
It's
that's nice.
cold. It's actually going to get cold here for a couple days. It's going to be in the 50s next week, a couple days. So,
Oh, no,
it's that.
We're 75, 76 is our high for like the next 2 weeks. We have
I'm going
no
to mute
winter
Holly.
coming our way.
I'm going to mute her and kick her off the stage for saying stuff like that.
Rudy said, "Don't eat yellow snow." I do not advise it either. It's
Yeah,
not-
Matt said earlier not to make snow angels in the dog park.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not a good decision.
All right, so we do have to have a little bit of redemption time. It
Okay.
won't take very long. But
All right.
a couple weeks ago, we were talking about the final undefeated teams in college basketball, and it was Miami of Ohio, it was Nebraska, and it was Arizona.
Yeah.
And
Make sure to say Miami of Ohio because
Ohio,
we
yeah.
said it last time and people came at us.
yeah, it's not it's not the University of Miami. Yeah, no, we're aware.
We know.
Yeah.
Sorry, we didn't say of Ohio.
Yeah, people got mad and people hated us about it. But what was really funny about that is everybody was like, "It's not going to be Nebraska. They're killing everybody. They're 19-0, blah blah blah." It was Nebraska. They were the first to fall, and
them down.
yeah, and let's see, I almost said it. Miami of Ohio. They actually their last couple of games, they've only won those games by 2 to 3 points, and they're not playing anybody.
No.
So there is a really good chance that for all the people that do hate us, that in the end we might be right. That might be U of A. So
yeah. I mean, I don't want to say it's going to be. I don't want to say that because
you
I
don't want to jinx it.
No, because I know it's coming, right? I know it's coming.
Yeah.
The only season wise, not March Madness because we can't lose there. But the only people I do not want to lose to is ASU. And that happens this Saturday
At ASU.
At ASU. And that's the only team. Like, we have some big games coming up. We have Kansas. We have Ohio or Iowa State coming up. We have some really hard teams. We have BYU again, and we just don't even get me started on that game. We beat them, and luckily it's at home. But we still have like real big teams coming up that we could lose to. Just please don't lose to ASU. Please. That's all I ask because we'll never live it down. ASU fans are stupid. I don't even care if that hurts your feelings. But
you're gonna start talking about their moms.
I will start talking about the moms. I that are ASU fans, and I call them stupid too.
Okay.
So, that is my opinion.
Have you ever gone to ASU and watched the game?
Yeah. So I've gone to. So it's kind of funny because when it's basketball, the U of A fans, it's like a second home game for us.
Oh, really?
Honestly. Yeah. It's a big deal because it's only an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
So our fans, specifically basketball, travel, and I never have any issue. I don't mind going to that game. Now, football is a whole different story. The last football game I went to was in probably 2012 or 13 in Phoenix, and the fans were throwing things at me, cussing at me. Like, it was a whole thing. And I never will go back for a football game. I'll watch it at home if it's at home.
Well, maybe you should try again with your short hair and see what happens.
Yeah, maybe.
Might help. Are you in the camp that thinks that it's better to go ahead and get a loss before the NCAA tournament than to enter it undefeated? It doesn't happen very often, but I kind of remember some old UNLV teams that didn't lose that I think if they would have, they probably wouldn't have lost in the Final Four.
Yeah.
Things like that.
My thing is when if you go undefeated, that first loss hurts. And then it being in March Madness hurts even worse. And I swear, like, teams play differently when they're playing an undefeated team or number one in the nation. They play a very much harder, like, they just play harder. So no, I don't want to go into March Madness being undefeated. I don't want to. I want to fill that initial loss so that if they don't win the whole thing, it won't hurt as bad.
Yeah.
But gonna take a very special team and a very off day to beat Arizona. And that is just a fact. That is just a fact. And anybody can argue with me. I'll go toe to toe with you on our stats this year any day because there's
people will argue with you.
They can.
They will.
Let's go. Yes, this girl will make you feel dumb because I do actually know my shit when it comes to the Arizona basketball team.
Well, I think it takes, like, not just special, but whatever the level above special is to go undefeated for the entire season. As a coach, I always wanted to get a loss. Not that I won't ever try to lose a game, but it never hurt my feelings to lose, 3 or 4 weeks in, so they can use that as motivation to practice and all these different things, to get better. Maybe another hard conference game, a couple weeks, a couple months down the road. And I mean, normally I think maybe the team I ever had that lost the least amount of games, like 4 games or 6 games. I can't remember what it is now, but still, they always came at a pretty good time. Like, we were kind of feeling our hopes a little bit. We thought we were maybe a little bit better than we were. And then smack, you lose a game by 3 that you should have never lost. And then it refocuses you. But I kind of feel like in college, like, you get to the tournament, to the big dance, not the conference tournament.
Yeah.
It should refocus you anyways, because at that point, it's one and done for everyone. I don't care how good you are.
But I feel like a loss will help them figure out where they need to adjust and kind of humble them a little bit, because when you think you're the best, you play however, like, oh, we're going to beat them, no big deal. And you play sloppier than you would. Just like when you're, beating a team by like 30 or even by 20, you kind of stop, like, you kind of slow everything down, and then they come back and could beat you. It happened with us with BYU. We were up by 15 and
3 to go.
Minutes to go. Well, look what happened. I mean,
I thought it might go overtime there for a little bit, but
no. And I hate blaming refs. I don't do that. It was, why are you making these mistakes to where it's even close? Some of them were really bad calls. I'm not going to lie. And one of the refs, Padilla, I can't think of his first name. His last name is Padilla. He hates Arizona, hates us. And you want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
We were favored to win by 1.5. Like, that was the odds. When they announced the refs, I shit you not, the odds flipped to BYU beating us. How is that possible? How is that a thing?
Because people know. That guy should not be a conference official then if he has that big of a bias. He should be repping for a different conference.
Forever. And every game it's like the Padilla show. He makes it about himself, and he calls, like, there was an offensive foul on Bradley this past against BYU that he didn't even touch him. He didn't even touch him. I mean, and even the announcers were like, "Oh, that wasn't a good call." Like, it was so bad.
I think there's going to be a time where somebody's going to deep dive into the officiating of all major sports and figure out that this whole DraftKings era of sports betting is got into more pockets than we could ever dream of.
Yeah.
But aren't you kind of surprised it hasn't already happened? I feel like
No, I think it's happening. I just don't think they're really investigating it that much. Because
mm,
you start showing people that the integrity of the sport that they love is not really there, and they will stop watching. And
see, yeah,
you can't do, and if you are going to do it, you have to do it, and you already have to have the picture painted who the bad guy is, why he did what he did, or
yeah,
her, and maybe it was a lowly college kid whose mom was sick, and all of a sudden he threw a game, and it's like, oh, okay, there's some sympathy there, there's a reason. But if you
Yeah.
deep dive into it, and it ends up being like throughout all professional sports, that every team's got somebody that's shaving points or whatever that looks like to help their
yeah,
DraftKings bet or their buddies bet, or God forbid Vegas is involved in it, because you can't tell me that the NFL, let's just use the NFL, not half but a bunch of their commercials is about sports betting, right? It's all over the place. If you were to find out that all of a sudden that it was rigged, one, hopefully the sports betting market would go down. But two, people are going to turn their televisions off, because if it's not a fair contest, I don't care.
why? Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't matter to me.
yeah. I mean,
So-
it's so hard because I love the game. It's the game for me.
Mhm.
The way I mean, yeah, the players just give that extra, but it's something about football that I love, specifically the defense. I like to see how they line up,
Mhm.
and when they sack the quarterbacks, it's like so exciting to me. And the defense has always been my favorite, because offense is just whatever. It's the defense that for me that makes the game. And so, and with basketball, I just love the game that you can shoot it from half court and possibly win the game. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I just love sports, but I hate that money is taking over sports. That really sucks.
Yeah. Well, we've got
Agreed.
something going on in Kansas City right now where the Chiefs are actually moving across the state line to Kansas. Now,
Mhm.
geographically, where it's located, it really doesn't put too many fans too far away. We're not talking about 3-hour drive. We're talking about across the state line. For people that don't know, Kansas City is basically split in half by the Missouri-Kansas state line. And
Right.
before they were in Missouri side, now they're moving to the Kansas side.
Mm.
But they are also only going to they're going to have like 20,000 less seats in the stadium in Kansas,
Oh, really?
because they want to have bigger suites and they want it to be a dome.
Well,
And
because it's about money, and that's what
exactly.
Yeah.
So with less seats, less supply,
money- Mhm.
you don't have to be a genius to figure out prices are going to go up.
Right?
Plus, a guy like me is not spending the money, even if I could afford it, to go watch a game in a suite.
Right.
But it's not even just about their own game. It's so that they can host Final Four, so that they can host a Super Bowl. They want to host all these different things. And it's Arrowhead was, I just saw the graphic today, either number 2 or number 3 in the league for attendance this year. If they do the stadium size that they have in mind, they can never be a top 20 attendance team again.
Really?
And Arrowhead, people always talk about Seattle having this huge home field advantage. The Guinness World Record book for loudest stadium is Arrowhead. They
Oh, is it
destroyed it.
really?
Oh yeah, they destroyed Seattle's mark on a Monday Night Football game. Yeah, decimal wise.
First stadium they had, what was that called? Kingdom.
Oh yeah,
Let's see
but
that.
no,
That was the loudest, I thought.
no, Arrowhead beat it like several years ago, and nobody has actually even tried to get louder than that since. Or if they've tried, they've failed, because it's been 6 or 7 years ago that they did it. But so you're going to take that away too. And then the last thing that goes towards that is people are upset because it's going to be a dome. Takes away home field advantage in like the playoffs and stuff like that, with weather and things like that. So it's all about the dollar. And for me, and maybe I'm just becoming a grumpy old man at some level, I'm just kind of like getting tired of it. Like,
Yeah.
you're taking the innocence from sports away. The competition is still there, I guess. But I'll take baseball, for example. How many guys in baseball sign these gigantic monumental guaranteed contracts and are never the same guy ever again because they don't have the motivation anymore. Oh, you want to give me $500 million guaranteed that you can't get back? Okay, cool. Well, I'm still going to try hard, but I'm not going to go kill myself in the weight room or take extra BP. And at some point, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I'll keep saying it. The fans are going to quit being able to afford to go to these games. And when they do that, someone's going to have to take a pay cut, and the players aren't going to want to. And that strike's going to get ugly. And I don't know, at some point, I probably won't still be alive unless they figure out ways to get other ad revenue. It's going to get pretty ugly, I think, pretty fast.
Well, don't they get like most of their revenue from merch?
TV deals is where I think the majority of their, because
Oh,
those networks are paying billions of dollars to be able to show those games. You know, it's over a few years schedule, but it's in the billions of dollars in contracts. And each team gets a cut of that, whether they're playing in the primetime game or not.
oh, really?
That's how the NFL kind of keeps it fair. Whereas Major League Baseball, a portion of their TV deal goes to all the other teams. But like teams like the Yankees, who have a bigger deal because they have a bigger market, they get to keep a lot more of that money. Same with LA. So then they can spend more money on their teams. And that's where you kind of get the imbalance of it all. So,
Yeah. Wow.
but yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't know that there's an absolute perfect solution to any of it. But I can promise you in the end of it all, the fans are the ones that are going to get the leftovers. They're going to be the ones that they consider the least in all these negotiations. So we'll see what happens. I heard somebody say, and we'll wrap this thing up, but heard somebody say just the other day, and maybe I shared this last week, I don't remember. He said, yeah, our season ticket prices only went up 2%. The guy goes, yeah, that's awesome, I guess, but we also have one less home game next year because of the unbalanced schedule. And so the prices went up and he got one less game. It's like, I don't know how fair that is, but anyways, before we go, I thought maybe we would kind of let everybody know that season 5 of the podcast will be upon us shortly. I don't know exactly. It's going to be right around the 1st of April, but just to let you guys know kind of up front, we've got some new things planned. We've kind of got a different format that we're going to go with. So be on the lookout of some teasers, probably not this week, but those of you that are still around watching, you see it, you'll kind of understand what we're going after. A little bit more structured, maybe. You'll have to see what that means. But also,
it doesn't mean a whole lot for us.
no, but also,
Chaotic.
I
I
think
don't know
we'll
if
see.
we want to deviate from chaos.
Yeah, we'll also have like
I like to.
fun stuff for people though too, right?
Yes.
So not going to give anything away. It's too early. We got a good, I don't know, we can call it season 5 whenever we want to. We don't necessarily have to wait till April, but the first podcast in April has always been the beginning of the new season. So we're looking at a couple of months, but if you guys have some ideas or whatever, the reason I'm bringing it up now is DM us. Let us know your ideas. I can't promise you we're going to use them, but we are looking to kind of change things up just a little bit. Still give you what you like, but also if we can improve on things, we're all for it. So throw our ideas at us, or your ideas at us, and we'll see if we can't implement some of them. I think that would be pretty cool. So anything else you guys want to say before we sign off?
No, I was just looking up because I feel like, isn't Mr. Caroni's next week?
Next week. Supposed to be. I'll believe it when I see it. It's been delayed so much
What was
time.
the date? Do we because I feel like they gave him 2 extra weeks from the 21st. So that would be
The 4th?
yeah, but I don't think it was the 4th. For some reason I feel like it was the 6th. And I think it's the day after we
Instead of being the day of or before, it's now going to be the day after.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of figures.
Yeah. So I mean, in all honesty, I'm actually looking forward to seeing what happens at this point.
Yeah. Be prepared to be disappointed. That's where I'm at right now.
John,
Disappointed.
Meg said a call-in segment. Have people come in.
Meg, I love you, but I
That'd be
don't.
kinda cool.
But I don't trust you.
Yeah.
They will come on and say shark.
Yeah. Actually, there isn't a way to call into this. So the only way that we could possibly even do that would be to have people on video, and most people do not want to do that. So
I know,
we
I
might
hate
figure out something. But I do have some ideas that we're going to talk about off the air to get the comments section maybe a little bit more involved and things like that. But we also got a couple months. So DM us your ideas and just don't get your feelings hurt if we don't end up doing it, because some of it's technical and costly, and we don't necessarily have those things to go. As you can see by some of the comments, we need better equipment. We need better equipment according to TikTok.
I got questions about that. Like, what else? What other equipment? Should I get a microphone? Some headphones? Like, what do they mean by that? Like, is our video crappy?
See, sometimes on TikTok, the video is a little bit crappy because I will tell you that it can go 4K Ultra HD stuff and send it to TikTok, and TikTok will do something to it and the sound will be crap. So I don't know. I think on YouTube, on an X, it sounds fine. I'm sure we could get better cameras, better lighting, things like that, but start paying us first. You know,
I'm like, what the heck?
we're here to have a good time and
Giveaway
hang out with everybody in the.
That is what it is.
Yeah, it's not giveaway time, Meg. We're not doing that yet,
Oh,
but we'll see what happens. Yeah.
damn. I was trying really hard to figure out this date, and I'm struggling.
I can't remember. I'm not sure they even gave us an exact date. I was thinking they said
Oh,
2
they
weeks,
did.
but did they?
The trial. Let's see. Seriously, it's. I know they did give a date, and it's driving me insane because I can't find it. Rudy, I need you. But now I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole. 'Cause seriously, I want to know.
Well,
So I
you
don't
know, you can
miss-
put it in the comments of the podcast if you find it.
I don't know. I'm not having any luck.
Why is it every time that I need to find something like that, I can't, and then if I don't need it, it just keeps slapping me in
It
the
is
face
not
all
the
the time.
Karen cut, Matt. All right, it's not Karen.
Oh, he's gonna fight Matt.
Wow.
Fight Matt when I
I
see
told
him.
you, he still hasn't learned how to talk to women yet. It's a problem.
Yeah, a throat punch. No, that's funny because I actually have a picture of my. Was it you that? No. Yeah, he made futuristic us, and for some reason, it gave me a legit Karen cut.
Mm.
And that, yeah, I was like, I hope it doesn't look like my Karen cut. It doesn't.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be back next week. Well, I'm sure we'll have things to talk about. And for those of you that, if you come up across a topic that you want us to talk about too, feel free to send it to us. Doesn't mean we'll always be able to fit them in, but we'll definitely try, especially if it's interesting to the three of us.
This is true.
So have a great week and God bless.
Be kind.
See ya.
I'm Caleb. Please like and subscribe.